Here we are at Kahurangi Estate, and here's another truckload of grapes coming in. Here we go. Woo! Check it out. Woo. Yeah, nice.
So we've just dumped in some into this hopper some green grapes, which is going to make white wine, okay, as opposed,
Yeah.
as opposed to red wine, which also goes through the same process.
Yeah.
And from here, if we go down below here, I'll explain what happens to. So these grapes have been machine harvested and put into this hopper.
Yep.
They're then processed through this machine, the stemmer, which then takes out any undesirable parts, bits of vine or leaves, stalks.
Okay. Yep.
And anything other than grapes comes out here and goes into these bins here, which is waste. All the berries fall through a cylinder inside and drop into this must pump here. Okay, and this must pump here will turn on. And we'll pump it through this 3-inch line here.
Yep.
As a good solid mix of skins and juice. And if you follow the line, it goes up to the end of this press here. So we keep it running until all the grapes from there have gone into this press here, and there'll be several more loads which will get added to it.
Yep.
And in this press, there's a bag inside there which is blown up with air, which does the pressing of the grapes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, so nice and gently.
Very gently, very gently. The underside of that, it can't be seen at the moment because of where it's parked. The underside of that is full of slots, so the juice can drain out.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And where does it go after that?
So as the juice is coming out, it's caught in this tray down below here.
Yep.
Because you can see another line hooked on there to a pump, and a line disappearing off inside. Okay. So
cool.
so as that tray fills up, the pump takes it and puts it inside into the tank of an appropriate size. It's cooled, chilling goes on that. So we settle it, and the pulp will settle to the bottom of the tank, just like if you have, natural orange juice has kind of a pulpy settling in the bottom of it. Same thing happens in the tank. And then by using a valve slightly higher up the tank, we can take out all the nice clean juice.
Yep.
Okay, and the pulpy part of the juice, is in here somewhere.
Yep.
The juice is settled. We take the clean juice off the top.
Yeah.
And then we deal with these solids later on. They can be filtered and the juice, the juice recovered from those as well.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah.
Should we go inside?
All right. So here's a selection of tanks, which is where the white juice comes into. And so we cool it for normally around 2 days. Okay,
Yeah.
got 48 hours of cooling, and then we do the racking of the clean juice out of the tank, and basically it goes from one tank to another tank, clean juice. It's warmed back up again, and it's inoculated with yeast.
Yep. So the
Fermentation will start. Yep. And basically we control the temperature of the ferment so that it doesn't get too vigorous. Yep. If it gets too vigorous and too hot, it starts evaporating aromas and flavors. You're losing it. So the ferment needs to be kind of controlled nicely. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Cool.
And then in 2 weeks, when the wine is at a level of residual sugar that we require or we feel is suitable for the wine. It's not necessarily a scientific measurement, it's more about a balance which is really done on taste as opposed to numbers, The wine is cooled down and the ferment stops. The yeast doesn't like cold temperatures, it stops, settles to the bottom of the tank, and then after you know, a certain amount of time, we will rack that wine again off what's called the yeast lees, which are formed in the bottom, and there's the basis of the wine.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks.
Right. So we talked about the red grapes before outside coming in, and this is where they end up in these stainless vats here, skins and all, and no stalks. Once the ferment starts, it becomes quite active. It's quite warm. You can feel it. You know, it's got quite a bit of heat in there. Yeah. You know, which is a byproduct of fermentation. Mm-hmm. But as it produces CO2, it keeps lifting the skins up to the top all the time. So during the day, we will hand plunge. I can show you the implement over there. Yeah. And to keep the skins moist. You know.
That's right. Yeah.
So as the ferment slows down, we plunge it less and then finally we stop. So then, at the end of the process, when we're happy with the balance of skin contact and finished wine, this is taken from here. We dig these out and we put them in the press where we saw the white wine going in, and we press the skins and press off the red wine, and then it will go to barrel because Pinot Noir. This is all Pinot Noir here. It will go into barrel, until February next year.
Great. Cool.
All right. So, but yeah, we've got a couple here that we're making for
the Gewürztraminer
garage project. Yeah, Gewürztraminer, soaking on skins. I mean, this generally would be treated as a white wine. It would go from the vine straight to the press to be pressed for a white wine. Yep. This is being skin macerated, so this is what they want to do, and it's interesting, and there's no intervention. There's no sulfur goes into this. There's no.
Will that affect the colour of the?
Well, it will definitely be. It'll be a very, very, very dark pink colour. Yeah.
Cool.
And there's no yeast added. There's no enzymes used. There is nothing. Absolutely natural, and that's the same way. So this, once again, this will be pumped out into a tank, and then the skins will come out and go into the press. And when it's all in a tank, there's no intervention. It's finished. It just settles. It just conditions in the tank, and when they feel it's right, we will basically take it out of tank and put it in a bottle. There's no filtration. There's no sulfuring. Nothing.
Great. Natural.
So natural. Absolutely. Yeah. And the same with the Pinot Noir and
the garage project over there.
Yes. And that's another one of these. So it'll be an interesting exercise to see.
Oh, thanks, Neil.
All right. Yeah. Cheers.
So thanks for coming along on our virtual journey of Nelson Vineyards. We have a whole library of virtual journeys for you online. Check us out on social media. See you there.